What is up, guys? Cyrus on here, and today I'm going to be talking about the best cards in Ultra Prism. Now, we're not really sure what's in it yet, but the Japanese leaks have been they've all been spoiled. I think like a couple days ago, something like that. So Japan is going to have two sets equivalent to Ultra Prism in English, and we're also going to get some of the other stuff. We don't know if we're going to get the new Soul Gallio and Lunala stuff. We don't know what we're going to get. We do know though we are getting these two Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon sets. So today I will be going over the best 10 cards in Ultra Prism. Keep in mind, this is after looking over it twice. I have been looking at some of these cards for an extended period of time, but most of these cards are just kind of how well they can fit in with our metagame and how they can potentially change it to make something interesting. So for our honorable mentions, this pains me. This really pains me. I love these guys. I want them to be on the list. Oh my god. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what these guys are, what they do, so Rotom and all of Rotom's forms have been in this set. Now, kind of as a disclaimer, if you guys have been keeping up with the leaks, it's kind of a Sinnoh themed set. So we're gonna have Lucario, Cynthia, Garchomp. We're gonna have a bunch of supporters from Sinnoh. The evolutions of the starters. Empoleon, Totera. So this is a Sinnoh themed set. So we're gonna have the Rotoms, obviously. So all of these Rotoms have one ability. It's called Rotomotor. Rotomotor says if you have 9 tools in the discard, you can attack for free. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you can attack for free if you have 9 tools. So how are you going to get 9 tools? So an expanded is Battle Compressor, great. You're going to Battle Compressor, you're going to search your deck for 3 tools and discard them. What if you want to play this guy in Standard? Now, it gets a little trickier because we don't have Battle Compressor, but we do have Ultra Ball. We do have Professor Sycamore. And we can run a bunch of tools. We also have Bursting Balloon, so we can just slap one on, wait a turn, then it gets discarded. But once we get these guys set up, what do they do? So the first one, I kind of just noticed right now that I kind of covered all of the attack damages except he wrote them just to get them on the page. I'm sorry, but the first one, it's the Electric Rotom. Does 120, he can't attack, which is fine because he's gonna die because he has 70 HP anyways. The second one, the Wash, does I think 50 snipe anywhere, which is all right for no energy. The third one's the best, does 10, and I think 20 times the number of energy on your opponent's board. So if they have like 9 energy or whatever, you're one-shotting your big EXs and GXs now. So, I mean, that one's the best for them. And against Volcanion, you can smack them for easy one-hit knockouts. Then the Mo one, it does, I think, 50 or 60, it does 70, it does 70, I think. Leave a comment if I'm wrong, but pretty sure it's 70, and then you discard the special energy, so that one's really good. And then the Heat one does 80, but with a choice band, you get the knockout Glisspad. So yeah, potential deck ideas. I've tested this guy way too much, and my friends can definitely attest. It sucks. It's bad. At least the one I was playing, I was toying around with the new Alolan Eradicate GX, and it was just wrong. It just felt wrong, because you just led with this GX and started to you discarding stuff. I got all the tools by like turn 3 or 4, but it's not. You could also play with Zoroark. You trade away the tools. Or the most obvious partner, I guess, would be Gourgeist. Use Pumpkin Bomb, discard all the tools, and then late game you smack with these guys. So, I mean, the Gourgeist Rotom would probably be a hilarious rogue that I'd love to see someone top with. But yeah, on to the actual list. So I had a lot to say about Rotom because I've been testing this guy for such a long time. The number 10, we have Weavile. Now this guy is actually we actually got like the leak of this card the way before I think the actual set started the leak, or maybe near the beginning. I don't know. We got it early. So this guy does for colorless does 90 or does 10. Your opponent's active Pokemon now asleep. It's all right. It's pretty bad. But his second attack is why it's on this list. Dark Command, 50 times the number of your opponent's Pokemon with abilities. So this could get really interesting. Late game, if your opponent benches about 3 Tapu Leles, then you could choice ban and then Guzma, and that is a one-hit KO for a single Dark Energy. We've known Weavile to be notorious about knocking these guys out. And yeah, I was saying Tapu Lele. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to get to. This Weavile, Rule of Evil for 1 energy, the 60 to all of your opponent's Pokemon with abilities. So obviously, Weavile is kind of aiming to be an anti-ability sort of deck. We're going to get to a card that's actually a lot worse than this, which is why this is so low on the list. But potentially, if they run a lot of Pokemon with abilities, Zoroark Decidueye, sure, can be countered by Weavile. Maybe. Probably not. But you get what I'm saying. You Rule of Evil once or twice, and then you Dark Command. You might not even have to Rule of Evil, actually, because if they have, like, I don't know, minimum, like, 2 Decidueye, and then, you know, 2 Zoroark, or even 3 Decidueye, 2 Zoroark, you're going to be taking one-hit knockouts and everything for 1 energy. So, yeah, Zoroark Decidueye is a very, very good deck right now. So, I would not expect this to see, or I would not be surprised to see this Weavile contraption see some sort of play. And the cool part about Weavile is that the Sneasel isn't actually that awful. His first attack, if you go second for a colorless, it discards an energy off of your opponent's field. You can choose whichever energy. So that kind of slows them down a turn, which is kind of cute. If they attach DCE turn 1, you just get them out of here. 1 less energy you have to deal with. So even, I think it says you can only use it while going. I have to check the translation on this one, but yeah, really good turn 1 to stall out. So Weavile, I mean, it's pretty all right. We thought the other Weavile, this one, the Rule of Evil, was going to be good, but it's not really good. We'll see. Number 9 is Empoleon. This guy, really, really interesting. Probably one of the only, if not the only, like, new one, because they just released, like, the full set scan, I think, yesterday. This is the one that caught my eye and caught a lot of people's eye. The new card. We'll get to some other cards that were in the full scan list that weren't leaked earlier, that are better than this one. But this Empoleon, for a water and a colorless, there's 20 times the number of damage or 20 times the number of Pokemon on each player's bench. So, I mean, players usually fill the benches, whatever, 5/5. That's 10. That's 200 damage for 2 energy. It kind of sounds really bad because it's 2 energy. But remember, first of all, yeah, like I was saying, everyone relies on Bridget. Everyone relies on getting out the Pokemon. Everyone relies on that. You're not going to see a deck that's not going to turn 1 Bridget, except like Volcanion. Volcanion, you're not going to see turn 1 Bridget, and that's fine because they broke Hill. So with any deck, you're going to see a fill of people, and you know, even if Volcanion doesn't bench or whatever, you're smacking them for weakness anyway. So I mean, this, and also you can fill up your bench with your own, so you can bridge it. You probably have to bridge it. I mean, inherently with any stage 2 deck. But that was what I wanted to get to was counter energy. Which would actually be a really good inclusion in this deck. You probably run, like, I don't know, 7 waters and then like 4 counters. I don't know, that's a lot. Probably 6 waters and like 4 counters or something. But the 4 counters is really good because your Piplups and your Primplups are going to get knocked out early game. Just like Greninja. You know, if Greninja had a higher attack cost, counter energy would be amazing in Greninja because... But no, Greninja only requires 1 energy. This guy, however, would appreciate the extra energy. I also forgot to mention his second attack does not need to discard energy from your opponent's active. It's pretty mediocre. We're only focusing on the first attack. And yeah, filling your own bench with, I would probably recommend Zoroark GX. Just an excellent Pokemon. Been seen in many, many decks. Glisspot Zoroark being the prime example. We've also seen it in Drampa Zoroark, Buzzwole Zoroark, anything else, Zoroark counters maybe, but Zoroark is just an incredible support Pokemon. You bridge it for like 2 Piplup into the Zora, and then turn 2 and you're discarding stuff. And even if they're not going to Piplup, you smack on a counter. You can even Mallow for the counter. It's really kind of cool what you can do with Zoroark. So there is number 9. Number 8 is Cyrus Prism Star. So there's a new mechanic for y'all who are living under a rock. It's called Prism Star. And Prism Star say you can only run 1 Prism Star with that particular name in your deck. So you can run as many Prism Stars as you want, but only one of them can be Cyrus, only one of them can be Gallio, only one of them can be the Lunala, etc. And then also when you play it, it doesn't go to the discard, it goes to the Lost Zone, which is a spicy game mechanic in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, where pretty much you play it and it doesn't come back. Hopefully we'll see some mechanics with the Lost Zone. There's been some things like the Lost World and other kind of cool things like Mew Prime, but I don't know. We'll see. So far, there's nothing, but we'll see. Now let's take a look at Cyrus Prism Star. So this card can only be used if your active is water or metal. Okay, that's fair enough. There's enough. There's enough good metal decks, and let me tell you, I will get there. But and in water, we have Empoleon, right? We have Empoleon. We also have some new water stuff, and we have Ninetales. So yeah, this card is going to be sort of selective. It's not going to be a splashable Prism Star. I don't ever think they're going to make a splashable Prism Star. That'd just be kind of stupid. So the effect is your opponent chooses two of their bench, then shuffles all of the bench Pokemon, all cards attacked into their deck. So this sounds at first glance god awful. Why would you want like they get to choose, right? So they're gonna keep their Metagross with all the energy, or they're gonna keep they're gonna shuffle in their Lele's. So it's like this is garbage, right? Well, not with this card, with Leafeon GX. I'm gonna get to this card later because spoiler, it is on the list. So Leafeon's ability is no one can play prevent all abilities of EXs and GXs except for Leafeon's. So it's pretty much Garbotoxin, except the beautiful part is you can get it turn 1 with a water energy on Sun and Moon Eevee. It's so disgusting. But anyways, you play this guy. You Cyrus Prism Star. They shuffle in their Lele's, obviously, because they don't want to shuffle in their attackers. They shuffle in their Lele's, and suddenly they just have like 3 dead Lele's in their deck because they can't play them with this Glaceon. Even if they do play the Lele's, like if you don't get the Glaceon turn 1, not ideally, but ideally you get the Glaceon turn 1 and they can't do anything, and you don't have to play Prism Star Cyrus. But if you don't get it turn 1 and they get to like Lele for stuff like Bridget, then you Glaceon, and against something like a Decidueye, this Glaceon Cyrus combo is going to be absolutely busted. Even without Glaceon, Decidueye Zoroark, I keep going back to that because I think it's a phenomenal deck. Use Cyrus Prism Star, make them shuffle in their Decidueye or Zoroark because they can only have 2, right? So, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't do something like a Guzma and then a Prism Star because that would be hilarious. Hilarious. What you could do is you could play. Oh, this is dirty. Why am I thinking of stuff? You can like Lycanroc, right? You can like Lycanroc like Lele, and then Prism Star. That's actually really good. All right, write that down. Write that down. Obviously you can't do that with Glaceon. What can you do with Metal? What can you do? I don't know, but that's really dirty. If you can get that to work. But granted, you only play 1 Prism Star because it is a really good card. And also Buzzwole. Buzzwole is another deck that relies on benched, Lycanroc, Buzzwole, Octillery, bench the Lele's. So yeah, Cyrus Prism Star is really, really good. I think in the right situation, it can destroy your opponent. In the wrong situation, it's awful. But yeah, there's that. Number 7, we have Leafeon GX. I'm going over cards that are slightly underwhelming. Please don't hate me. But I do think that Leafeon is definitely worth a spot on this list. So his ability, Nature's Breath. If he's your active, you may heal 50 from 1 Pokemon with energy attached. It's actually not that bad. It's pretty good. If they can't knock out Leafeon, you can just heal it for free. It's nice. And then you can even retreat, use it again, and then like Guzma, and then use it again, like with it, or I think between 2 Leafeons you can do that, right? You can retreat into the second Leafeon, and then Guzma into the first Leafeon, and you can pretty much heal off like anything that doesn't kill it. So I think that's hilarious. It's actually not that hard to pull off. You just need a Guzma and or a Float Zone. So, yeah, there you go. Gimmick deck of the day. And then second attack, or first attack does 110, grass colorless. Okay, yeah, sure. If you're building a deck around this guy, go for it. But the reason why he's on this list, for a grass energy, his GX attack says for each basic Pokemon you bench, search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. And this counts as evolving. So this is probably one of the best GX attacks I have ever seen. Like, this is really good. Like, if you think about the potential, just think about the potential. We have Decidueye. And not just the GX attack. Think about you can get Leafeon on turn 1, Grass Energy onto EV. It's just amazing. You just Grass Energy and bridge it. All you need is a Grass Energy and a bridge it. And some way, like a Float Stone. Sure, you need a Float Stone. Or you just start with Eevee. So you bridge it out to 3 Rowlet, you Grand Bloom GX, get them all in the Dartrix, and then the next turn you can evolve all of them straight into Decidueye without needing Rare Candy. That is just stupid good. And something else I was thinking about was Vikavolt. Don't try this at home. It's probably an awful idea. But the idea is you do the same thing with Decidueye, except you bench Grubbin, and then you Grand Bloom GX into 3 Charge-a-Bug, and then you evolve them all into Vikavolt, and suddenly you're getting like 6 extra energy per turn. Yeah, just gimmick ideas, whatever. And another thing, this guy is actually a new card. I didn't put him on the list because I didn't think he was worthy of his own slot. But his ability is that grass Pokemon, your grass Pokemon don't have weakness. So especially with Volk being good after the set releases, because Guardy's going to suck, because Metal's going to be good. If you play Leafeon or some sort of grass variant, the fact that you can splash a 1-1 Cherubi and a Cherim, and you can just bridge it for one of them, and instead of spending a whole game searching for the other one, like you kind of do with Gardevoir and like their 1-1 Octillery line, you can Grand Bloom GX right into it. So, yeah, Leafeon is, yeah, it's really good. I can't see it being amazing with Volk, but it's cute. I like it. It's a good card. Now, number 6 is the card I was talking about, Glaceon GX. Ability, let's make sure I got it right this time. As long as this is your active Pokemon, I probably should have mentioned that earlier. Each of your opponent's Pokemon EX and GX in play in their hand, and this card has no ability. Oh, each of your opponents. Holy baloney, this is good. Maybe I should research more before I make videos, guys. Alright, strategy time. Dig strategy. Glaceon, Lycanroc, Cyrus Prism Star. I'm telling you, that's really good. Like that is really good. Like if you can pull off that combo and then Lycanroc something stupid, Midnight Eyes, and wow, all right, we got ourselves a strategy. That's great. So yeah, the ability is amazing because you Water Energy. They can't Lele for anything. They can't Lele for Bridget. Can't Lele for Lily, and they can't do it the rest of the game either. They can't Zoroark. They can't Decidueye. They can't. What else can't they do? They can sell Octillery. Volk, they can't Steam Up. You're not one-shotting this guy. So this guy's going to slaughter Volk. Like, complete Volk counter right here. Because, first attack, Frozen Bullet, 90, and 30 to bench. So we got Night Sphere all over again. I think this is the same as Umbreon's attack, which is actually kind of funny. So yeah, one-shots a Volk, and then puts 30 on like a Ho-Oh or something. And then Polar Spear GX is 50 times the number of damage counters your opponent is active. It's so hilarious because you hit for 30, and then suddenly it's so you just need to smack something on the bench. Like if you have something unknockable or unKOable on your opponent's bench, like a Ho-Oh or something, you Frozen Bullet, knock out their baby Volk or whatever they send up. Then you Guzma out their EX. Frozen Bullet again. Both times you put the 30 on the Ho-Oh, right? And then you Polar Spear GX, and then 60 times, or 6 times 50, 300, knocks out that Ho-Oh. Probably gazillion other plays you can do this. So the GX stack is actually pretty good for the type of card this is. And now that I think about it, this card should be higher on the list, but I I never thought about the Lycanroc Cyrus Prism Star. That's hilarious. Yeah, I was talking about with the EV Energy Evolution busted and the Cyrus Prism Star. Holy baloney. That's insane. Okay. But the reason why there are better cards in Glaceon, I promise. So number 5 that I put, Dawn Wings Necrozma GX. So first of all, this guy looks sick as hell. Can we like take a moment? Like, holy crap! Look at this guy. So he's 180, and the attacks: Flash of Darkness 120, Psychic, pretty mediocre. And his GX attack is 180. You can only use it if you have more prize cards for all of attacks. Blah blah blah. It's garbage. Nihiligo had the same energy cost and no one plays it. It's garbage. It's weak to dark, which is amazing because no one plays dark. But the reason why he's on this list is for the ability, which is absolutely amazing. Once during a turn, this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch this Pokemon if they're active. Plain and simple, Keldeo Russian, absolutely amazing. And you know why it's amazing? Because we got Float Zone. We still got Float Zone. So, you know, Keldeo Float Zone was used to get out of special conditions. There's not really special conditions, but you know what there is? There's Volk. We got the Volcanic Heat. Now, what are we going to do? We have to Guzma. We have to Float Zone. We have to something. We have Dawn Wings Necrozma. That gives us so much more flexibility. We don't even have to Guzma. We just have to have a Float Zone on our Dawn Wings Necrozma. We don't need a Float Zone on our active. We don't need a Float Zone on our bench. We don't need a whatever. So this is just insane. Vulcan attack, you just keep going. Volcanic Heat, you just keep going. You never stop. And we got Buzzwole, Knuckle Impact, same sort of deal. 3 energy, and you can't attack next turn. What do they usually do? They usually Guzma, or they usually Acerola, or they usually die. That's how Buzzwole usually goes. But what if you want to keep smacking? What if you want to keep going? And that's what this Dawn Wings Necrozma does. Now in Expanded, I can't see this replacing Keldeo, especially because actually maybe it depends what sort of deck and how the metagame shifts. I'm pretty sure more people are playing Gallipod. Or no, wait, Zoroark. Yeah, play Keldeo. What? I was like thinking about the expanded metagame. Yeah, no, play Keldeo. This is awful. Don't play this expanded. But in standard, it's good. The only caveat is you do have Zoroark in standard, and it is weak to dark. So I said it was really bad before. I should probably think before I say so. But it's for a DC, you can knock out this thing. But I would say it's worth it in Volk and Buzzwole. I say it's definitely worth it. Because in Buzzwole, I mean, we see Buzzwole Silvally. That's a thing. You know why that's a thing? Because they want free retreat because that's so good. So you can do that now with Dawn Wings Necrozma. So support Pokemon you're going to run one of. If special conditions ever become that significant, then this guy's here. So that's number 5. Number 4. Holy balls, this guy is good. Okay, so what? It's just a Luxio. It's literally a stage 1. It's incomplete evolution. So what does Luxio do? Luxio's only attack, disconnect, 30 damage, no items. No items. Now, it at first glance, it doesn't seem that good because it's like, okay, what items they're gonna play other than like rare candy? You know, like they can't play anything other than rare candy. So first of all, I want to say this guy's good because the Shinx that comes like in the same set, its ability is that if you go second, you can evolve into Luxio your first turn, which like. Jesus Christ, this is good. Because you bridge it, you get out your Shinx, you evolve into Luxio, and then you retreat. So, oh my god. And then you just turn one item lock. It's great. But now, okay. I'm getting way ahead of myself. This isn't busted. You item lock, what are they going to do? They're going to Jet Punch for a strong, and then you're dead. What are you going to do? Garbodor. Alright, here's what you do. You Garbodor, you Float Stone, and then disconnect. They cannot play Field Blower. You heard me right. They're going to have infinite ability lock and probably not infinite item lock because they're going to find a way to knock out this thing pretty quickly. But infinite ability lock, and if you can stream infinite item lock for 30 and then like choice band 60, this is going to be really good. This means that This means that like Baby Volk needs like what? It needs like 3 turns to knock you out. Regular Volk can knock you out, but uh, you know it can it can't like I'm trying to. It doesn't even need to steam up. I'm just thinking. Uh, but yeah, it's really good. So Vault, maybe not Vault, but like Decidueyes work, very, very effective against that. Gillespie's work, of course. Guardy, of course. Metal, of course. It's going to be very good. Item lock and ability lock, too strong. And then we also have this cool card, Volkner. He's not on the list because I don't think he's good, but I think it's worth definitely a slot in this deck. So his he's a supporter, and his effect is that you search your deck for a lightning energy and an item. So essentially, yeah, if you start Shanks and then you have like a Trubbish in your hand, instead of like using Bridget, you're just gonna Volkner. You're just gonna grab yourself the lightning, and then you're gonna grab yourself the Ultra Ball for the Luxio. So yeah, I don't know. We will see how this plays out. It might be awful because Buzzwole might like destroy this, but we will see how it goes. It's gonna be really interesting to see the meta shift. Number 3, we have Cynthia. So, cards like this have been in the past before. We don't really play them. One of them is called Shauna. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It does the same thing as this. Cynthia, shuffle your hand in your deck and draw 6. Shauna does the same thing but draw 5. Why is this so good? Why are we losing our marbles over one card? Because that one card, guess what that one card could be? It could be the energy you need. It could be the artillery you need. It could be potentially the Ultra Ball for the Lightning Rock for the game. It could potentially be that one extra card pick could be so much. And Shauna wasn't really played because you don't really. I mean, you have 4N. What do you need Shauna for? And I'm not saying that you're going to replace N with Cynthia. I definitely think that N is one of the best cards in the entire game. So you're probably only going to be playing 1 or 2 of this Cynthia. But it definitely opens the door for more draw support. And yeah, we have had this card in the past. Professor Oak's New Theory. This guy, however, was played not over N, but it was played sort of with N. You know, people played a heavy count of both. Some people even played more Oak than N. So we will have to see for sure. Definitely depends on how deck building changes with this Cynthia card. But the thing I like about Cynthia, my favorite part, is this Garchomp. Also from the new set, his second attack, there's 100 and then 100 more if you played Cynthia. So that is kind of hilarious. And I almost put Garchomp on this list, but it's kind of too much of a gimmick. I don't really see it as being viable, just like Rotom. But yeah, and then there's this Lucario where like if you have Garchomp out, you search your deck for any card, so it stacks. So like if you have like 3 Lucario, you can just search for like double rare candy, or 4 Lucario, you can search for like double rare candy, double Garchomp. It's hilarious. But yeah, it's just kind of a cute thing. But Cynthia, I definitely think it's going to change the game. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, it might not at all. It might be a complete waste on my list. People might stick with the 4 and 4 Sycamore, or the 4 and the 3 Sycamore. But it's just an idea. I definitely think that Cynthia is going to be a thing in the decks that need it. Number 2, we have Palpad. This thing is back. The only reason I'm freaking out, why weren't we freaking out about Palpad yet last year, right? Why not? Because it sucked, because we had Versus Seeker. I didn't think, was it even legal yet? I can't remember. Yeah. No, no, it wasn't. Why am I drawing a blank? No, that was like Flash Fire, right? I don't know. Regardless, Palpad has been bad while Versus Seeker has been out. But before Versus Seeker, it was very good. And I think because we're so used to Versus Seeker, I think people are going to immediately start playing this. Shuffle 2 supported cards from your discard into your deck. So yeah, that means essentially replaces Versus Seeker. In the current format, obviously Versus Seeker is a 10 times better of a card, but because we don't have it, we got to compromise. So this Palpad, I don't feel like people are going to run 4. I think I'm going to start off by running 2. I'm gonna start off with running 2, and then see where it goes from there. Maybe 3, maybe 1 in the deck start run like 4 Guzma. Maybe 4 Guzma isn't gonna be a thing. Maybe they're just gonna run 3 Palpad and 3 Guzma and the 3N, or still 4N, and probably 2 Sycamore. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Yeah, this pretty much allows you to get your Guzma late game. That's the main thing. So this allows you to, where early game, like in the Guardy mirror, you don't want to like, burn your Guzma on the Ralts. It's like, because now you can. I guess it wasn't big of a deal because Twilight, but in the Guardian mirror, like you really only can Twilight when you have like the right opportunity. So just Palpad just being there. So you use a Guzma early game and it's Palpad, whatever. I can still attack, I can still do my thing. I don't have to Twilight, So Palpad definitely very, very good. Also Zoroark, you do discard a lot of things with Zoroark, because that's the ability. So with Zoroark especially, you tend to go through your deck. So Palpad just probably makes Zoroark even stronger. So you can discard. You don't have to feel bad about discarding like your last Guzma. And you're like, oh, I'll just Palpad him back. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I can just Palpad him. It's fine. It's fine, guys. I promise, it's fine. So yeah, Palpad definitely gonna be a staple. I think in every deck, at least 2. I'm guessing. So yeah, we will see where that goes. Maybe a full 4. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was only 2 when it was good. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I didn't play in that format when like Palpad was a thing. But yeah, Palpad. Number 1. I kind of combined this into like every metal card in the set because, okay, hear me out here. I don't think that any of them are like that good on their own. Right? So Magnezone is not that good on its own. We have the ability Magnet Circuit. As often as you like, you may attach a metal from your hand to one of your Pokemon. Great. No one cares. It's not that good on its own. You can't. Celesteela, yes, Celesteela can take advantage of that. Genesect can take advantage of that. You know what else can? This guy. This guy was just released, and or he was leaked, and he's going to be an Ultra Prism. Duskmane Necrozma. So when this guy was actually first leaked, everyone thought he sucked. It was like, the Necrozmas are so underwhelming. Like, the Lunala one just has a dinky ability, and then this one, look at it, costs like 4 energies, and it does like 220, and then you have to discard 3 of them. It's awful. You're right, it is awful. If Magnezone didn't exist, it'd be awful. So this alone, the ability to power up this guy, potentially turn 2 or turn 3, because this guy's a basic. Necrozma's a basic. So you can like turn 1 Bridget, Magnemite, and then boom, rare candy, and then just go crazy with your energy. And then like so I was thinking oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. All right, so another kind of cute thing you can do with Magnezone. Ready? This is where the metal gets crazy. The metal support gets absolutely bananas. So this guy Dialga, he's not incredible. You look at him with Hot Magnezone, like this is darn unplayable. It's awful. So his first attack, you draw until you have 6. It's actually pretty good for 1 metal. If you start with this guy, it's actually probably the best attack you can do turn 1, except like a Registeel or something. It's good. It's playable. It's a thing. Like Grandpa's Big Wheel. It's definitely there. The second attack does 80. It shreds. It does 80 and then no effects. It's not what's it called? It's not like it doesn't. It's not affected by effects of attacks or abilities. So like you can like shred through what? You can shred through a Hoopa, right? If they're rolling with Hoopa, you can shred. Great. Hoopa, you can shred. Perfect. Why is this guy so good? His GX attack is 150. Okay, 150. That's pretty bad. Celestial does 180 for like 1 less energy. Yeah. Why this is hilarious, and you can pull this off with Magnezone too. It does 150. Not only that, but the effect reads, you get to take another turn immediately after. So you literally Like, you literally give the middle finger to your opponent. You take your prize or your two prizes, and then you get to attack again. And the most beautiful part, I think, is not only uh can you like knock him out, but you can also like Guzma out something, and it's and then knock him out again. Granted, this is a GX attack, so you can only use it once, so you're gonna have to have more than one thing powered up. So that's got with the 5 energy, and then you're gonna a 4 on. It's gonna be a little disgusting, but you can pull it off. You win. Like you like choice band, knock out a Lele, and then Guzma, and then like Dustman Necrozma. It's stupid. But it gets worse. I promise. It gets infinitely worse. So this monstrosity of a stadium card called Mount Cornet. So it's funny. I was actually building the Magnezone metal. Like I was making a list when without this card, and I had 4 energy retrieval. Right. So this card says. Once during each player's turn, they can take 2 metal energy from your discard pile and put it into your hand. Isn't that great? It's like free energy retrieval every single turn. Like they're not even trying to hide the fact that they want to slaughter Gardevoir. Like Jesus Christ! Like every turn, that's crazy. Like okay, fine, they can field blower. Great, they can field blower. Yeah, but it still acts as an energy retrieval, right? So like if you can like if they whiff a field blower, so obviously you're going to play 4 of these, right? They whiff a field blower, they're done. They're garbage. They're toast because you're going to get them back. You're going to get 2 medals back. The problem is that yeah, sure, Dustman Necrozma discards 3, and this thing only gets back 2. But you literally only need to attach 1 from hand. 1 from hand. Or you can play Fisherman, or you can play energy retrieval on top of this. Like, yeah, you probably don't do that, but like you could. There's your option. But like, God, every turn, that's just it's bonkers because you can smack for 220 every single turn. It's like not Tyrantrum. Am I saying his name right? The dragon guy, the dinosaur. With Tyrantrum Bronze on. And yeah, that engine was just insane. But like, yeah, they ability lock you and you're dead. With we have field blower. Yeah, definitely have field blower. The problem is with this deck though, Luxio Garb kind of destroys it because yeah, you can't field blower. And the Dustmane Necrozma like, can't even knock out a Luxio. First of all, because it's resistant to metal, but also because or like you can't knock it out feasibly. So you're gonna have to attack with like Celesteela, which isn't the worst thing in the or no, wait, don't attack no, that thing's weak to lightning. Sorry. Attack with Genesect. You're gonna be running Genesect DX. Just a one of because it's really good. You don't have to discard energy. There's only 3. You can discard energy. It's only 3 energy instead of this guy's 4, which can help in some cases. And oh my god, this is where it gets hilarious. So this Magnum, all right. So I was talking with my good old buddy Pokemaster Kenny, and he's like, dude, there's a problem. Like, what's the problem? Buzzwole beats metal. Like, how does Buzzwole beat metal? All right, so pretty much with Buzzwole, it can knock out a Magnemite, right? Because you got Strong and we got Regirock. That hits for 60, and then you 30 to another one. If they don't get that up to like stage 2 or stage 1 even, that thing's going down. So within 2 turns, you're going to lose 2 Magnemite, which is awful. It's pretty bad. But the hilarious part, ready, is this guy's ability. The Magnemite prevents attacks done to him when he's on the bench. So you cannot get sniped by Buzzwole, cannot get sniped by Coco, you can't get sniped by Latios, can't get sniped by Glaceon. It's hilarious. It's God. Oh my! It just okay. To make matters worse, okay. This is where I draw the line. So we have this abomination. So Gallio Prism Star. I already told you about the Prism Star rules. Except this guy, obviously don't play play Pokemon. So that they go into discard, you attack with it, and then when it gets knocked out, it goes to the lost zone. So that's how that works. So his first attack, I think for as many of your opponent's Pokemon in play or on their bench, one or the other, you take that many metal energies from your discard and put it on your Pokemon. Like, okay, so you're probably asking yourself, well, Jared, you didn't actually explain how, if you discard all your energy with Necrozma and they Field Lord and then they end and you didn't get it back, how would you get back the energy? With this dude. With this dude right here. I actually have to check. What is Gallio's, or not so good? Dust Mania card. It's 3 retreat. Alright, so we got 3 retreat. You can always Guzma. You can always get around it. You can always you can always lunar wings Necrozma, and then like it's not Russian. I don't know ability. It's like Russian retreat. So Gallio Star. So I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Unlike what would happen if like you got the Necrozma stuck in the active. But yeah, so Gallio 160 HP for which is insane. Non-EX basic. I think this is potentially the highest HP we have had for a non-EX, non-GX basic. For basic that only gives 1 prize. I think this is a new record. And the second attack is like 160, and then you discard something. So I mean, pretty good as alternate, but yeah, that first attack is bonkers. And of course, you run it with Celesteela because mainly because of the fire weakness. If you guys didn't notice, Solgaleo is weak, or not Solgaleo. Duskmane Necrozma is weak to fire. Celesteela is not weak to fire. So Volk isn't going to destroy it, which is good. But the problem is that Celesteela, like when you think about it, like, oh well, it can't one shot a Celesteela. Well, yeah, but Celesteela can't really one shot a Volk either, unless it uses its GX attack. But the problem with that is you might as well use Dialga's GX attack. It's only 1 energy more. And oh, the beautiful part about Dialga, I forgot to tell you. So it's a 3 retreat cost. But what's hilarious is that in order to get another attacker, which is why I'm actually considering or which is not why I'm considering. It's actually why you kind of need this Genesect right here. So you're gonna retreat, right? And you're gonna discard your 3 energy. All you need is 1 energy, either already on Genesect or in your hand or something. You just need 1 already on it. You retreat, and then you mount Cornet. That's how you guys what the name was. It's called Mount Cornet. Sorry. You mount Cornet and you get 2 back, and then you put them on Genesect. Perfect. And then you Rapid Blaster. So I mean, what? That's only doing like discard 3. I mean, that's still doing 190. You're still balling with 190. That's great. And if you have 2 energies, you can Dustmane Necrozma again. So the fact that you can retreat and get the energies back to attack with someone else is just amazing. So yeah, this is the abomination that's going to be our tier 1 next season. I don't know what to say. I definitely feel like this thing is counterable. Volk being a main contender. But even then, you have like Dialga. I still don't think that the thing with Volk is that it can attack with Baby, and it can like screw up the prize trade for metal. So Volk definitely has a chance. Luxio Garb definitely has a chance. People were talking about Salazzle Garb as literally just a pure counter to this act, but we have Celesteela. I guess because you have the whole prize trade thing. So I don't know. We will see. We'll see what happens with the tiers. This thing's gonna be tier 1. Fight me if you think otherwise, because you're wrong. This thing's gonna be tier 1. But yeah, there is my review of all of the cards, or all the best cards that are going to be released in Ultra Prism. There are going to be more cards. So, I mean, like, when you think about it, like, other than the Solgaleo, I don't think there's any other cards in the set that are... And then there's, like, the Tapu Lele, the Psychic Tapu Lele in the tins. Or, not in the tins. That was supposed to be released in the Pin Blister. Got delayed, but they're reprinting as a Fairy type. That one's good, too. That might even be in the set. Did I actually miss that? But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that good, especially because it would be an amazing expanding because you have the Psychic in the Dimension Valley. So I do apologize if I sound unprepared for this video because I am. But I want to get this guy. I want to give you guys this material as soon as possible. just so you could go home, plan, nice cup of coffee, watch my videos, and then build your metal deck. What else would you do with your deck? Because you love Pokemon, right? Yeah, of course you do. Or build your Rotom deck, or build your Empoleon deck, right? That's what this is all about. Making decks, having fun. There's Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, make sure to. Why won't my mouse get off the screen? Make sure to like. Make sure to comment if you don't like it. If I sound like an idiot, please tell me. If my voice sounds funny, sure, say something. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.